Let's begin. So welcome to our first webinar, Let's Talk Digital Trade, a series of many to come. My name is Farida Abu Shadi. I'm the Marketing and Innovations Director of TradeMe-Links.com. I'm really excited for us to be sharing some valuable information with you today, and I'll be hosting this webinar with you all. So I'm proud to introduce our first speaker, Mr. Ashraf Abu Shadi, who's the co-founder and managing director of TradeMe-Links.com.
Thank you, Farida. Thank you for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to TradeMe-Links' first webinar. TradeMe-Links is the first B2B platform in the Middle East and Africa. We are helping companies to connect with potential buyers regionally and globally. We have been in business for only 8 months, and our vision is to become the leading B2B e-commerce in the region. This is the first webinar, and it is one of many webinars still to come. And during each webinar, more topics will be discussed, again, regionally and globally, to cover the transformation of the digital trading. My name is Ashraf Abu Shadi. I'm the founder or co-founder and managing director of TradeMe-Links. Let me first give you a very quick brief about my background and my experience. I have been working with multinational companies such as Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola for over 12 years between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Bahrain. And for over 17 years with renowned companies, again in the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, such as Masafi Group, National Food Products Company, and Savola Group. I would like to welcome our business partners, especially the first 100 suppliers who subscribed with us from the beginning back in January 2020. We have been in business, as I said, for the last 8 months. We are committed to continue supporting your business. Many of you have already received orders. I am sure that you will continue receiving orders as we go. Hello.
So we're moving on to the agenda for today.
Wait, Farida, can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, you are there, Ashraf.
You're live.
Sorry?
You're
there.
Live. Okay, we see you.
You see me, but how come I can't see you? All right. I would like to, as I said, I would like to welcome our business partners, especially the first 100 suppliers who subscribed with us. We have been in business for the last 8 months. We are committed to continue supporting your business until you meet your objectives. Many of you have already received orders through our platform. I am sure that you will continue receiving orders as we go. Moving forward, our agenda for today is very short and very straightforward. We will give you a brief about TradeMe-Links and the benefit of subscribing with us. And then we will show you a very short video about our website that we launched recently. And then we will move to the functionality part of the platform, where Farida will share with you how to register, how to become a supplier, and how to upload your products on our website. Before that, I would like to welcome our speakers of this webinar. Farida, our Marketing and Innovation Director, who is responsible for the website creative direction, designs, and all integrated marketing activities, including our campaigns and digital marketing practices. Mr. Collins, the Trade Ambassador of ITFA. ITFA is the International Trade Facilitation Association in Nigeria, and he is our business partner in Africa and our consultant in Africa as well. I'm sure Mr. Collins will share with you his experience and how you can explore Africa. And then we will move to Mr. Hazim Hafiz. Mr. Hazim is our business consultant in Europe and KSA. Mr. Hazim has also been associated with many international brands such as Coca-Cola, Philip Morris, Red Bull, GlaxoSmith, and Abood Nutritions in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Europe. Mr. Parviz, our business consultant, who is handling our business in North Africa, Iraq, and Iran, will sure participate with us in our next webinar. Same with Mr. Salamat, who is handling our business in United Arab Emirates, Pakistan, and India. It has been a tough 1.5 years of hard work between formulating the idea of TradeMe-Links and the strategy. Let me tell you, we have analyzed and monitored the top 10 B2B platforms before we come up with our idea. From the research and development stage to analyzing the top platforms until we reached the implementation back in January 2020. And here I must appreciate all the agencies who worked with us, and of course, TradeMe-Links team members for their efforts and extraordinary achievements. I'm sure we can all agree that the world without e-commerce is impossible, especially after COVID-19. In a nutshell, the global value of B2B e-commerce was US $12.5 trillion in 2019. Asia Pacific is leading the way with a market share of almost 75%. MENA, Middle East and North Africa, is only contributing US $10.3 billion, which is less than 1% of the global market size. This is according to IMF recent report. Nevertheless, the MENA region is witnessing a steady growth of 20% plus year on year. And I believe it is now the time for the Middle East and Africa to take a decent share of the global direction. This is where TradeMe-Links comes in, an attractive, user-friendly platform designed to connect suppliers in the Middle East to global buyers in a very few steps that Farida will share with you shortly. When we talk about Africa and the Middle East, this means approximately 23% of the world's population. In addition, they have the highest population growth. Therefore, the entire world sees that the future is in Africa. I will now turn it over to Farida, who will talk about the functionality of the platform. But before that, she will show you our first promo video that we launched 2 months ago. Thank you.
Agriculture, medicine, craftsmanship, construction, fashion, technology. The Middle East flourishing with opportunities. But times are changing, technology is evolving, and digitalization is leading the way. The value of business-to-business digital trade is expected to reach $19 trillion US by the year 2030. It's time to grow. It's time to stand out. The world is your oyster, and it's just one click away. Welcome to TradeMe-Links, your key to growth and digitalization. Founded by Capstone MENA's expert trade consultants, the partners had a vision of revolutionizing the way businesses connect in the region. TradeMe-Links is committed to connecting suppliers in the Middle East and Africa to the rest of the world. An efficient, affordable, and user-friendly digital platform aimed at assisting local companies reach their full potential. Register as a supplier and take your business online. Or, if you're a buyer, visit TradeMe-Links.com and browse through unique local businesses guaranteed to add value to your supply chain. Go global with TradeMe-Links.com.
So as the video suggests, and I hope you were able to get a brief understanding of what TradeMe-Links is all about, we created a B2B trading platform which is mainly focused on the Middle East and Africa. We found that there was a gap in the market, and we believe there are a lot of resources in these regions, which is why we're very committed to help you promote your business, your products to new and global markets. So on the screen, you'll find the 3 simple steps on how you can subscribe to TradeMe-Links if you are a business owner or if you work for a company in these regions. We are open to all different types of companies, from small businesses, SMEs, to larger corporations as well. So the 3 simple steps are as follows. You visit the website, TradeMe-Links.com. There's a button on the top right. You click on that, become a supplier. You fill in your details and press send. We then receive a notification, and within 24 hours, we do some due diligence to make sure that, all of our companies are legitimate. You will then receive a notification and you'll be able to start uploading your products, and you'll essentially have a mini website within our trading platform. So here are the annual subscription rates. I'll briefly go over them, and then Ashraf can just touch base on our pricing strategy and why we went for these rates. So as I mentioned, we're very open to assisting all different types and sizes of companies. So we've got different plans from bronze up until platinum. Depends on the size of your company, and our budgets also range for different types of companies. Ashraf, do you want to say anything about our rates?
Thank you, Farida. When you register with TradeMe-Link, you will have a choice between 4 plans as described by Farida. Each of them has the ability for suppliers to upload more SKUs, more product, and of course get more benefits, as you can see on the screen. Our plans starting from $200 for small or startup companies, and then the $300 and $600 for medium-sized companies. If you have more than 100 SKU, you can subscribe to our platinum plan, which is $800.
So I'd like to add that in addition to the product or the quantity of products you can upload onto the platform through your plan, as you can see from the screen, there are also different types of benefits per plan. So for example, the silver package allows for a free block advertisement, whereas the gold gives a free banner advertisement. Later on, I'll start discussing banner locations and advertisements through the website and how this can benefit our suppliers as well. But in general, just to get an idea, each package has different value-added benefits, including customer support and business development through our consultants, through the parent company of TradeMe-Links, which is of course Capstone MENA. Ashraf, I think maybe you'd like to talk a little bit about our featured suppliers, some of the names and some of the companies that we're very proud to carry. Of course, these are not all of the suppliers we have. We couldn't fit it all in one slide, but we're pleased to be working with some of these names in the region.
Sure. today we have suppliers from all over, or from over 20 countries, including Nigeria, Egypt, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, India, Pakistan, Philippines, USA, Germany, Russia, and many more. All our suppliers are representing different categories, such as food and agriculture, which is the main contributor of our website suppliers, and then medicine. We have a lot of suppliers also. Then cosmetics, furniture, industries, fashion, and they are all promoting well-known brands, such as you can see for Long Life, Americana, India Gate, Lacnor, and many more. We still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to reach our 1,000 suppliers and 1 million SKU, but we are all committed to continue working hard to reach our vision of becoming the leading B2B platform in the region, and to support local exporters, as I said at the beginning, in the Middle East and Africa. And of course, this to create success stories by allowing suppliers to reach their full potential through exploring new international markets.
Thank you.
I just want to confirm or repeat what Farida has mentioned earlier, that when you subscribe with TradeMe-Links, you will not only benefiting from increasing your reach or increasing your export, but you will also benefit from the consultant team and their experience in the Middle East and Africa. We can help you a lot to work on your business plan and help you to enter new markets. We have a dedicated team to work with you and give you ideas based on our experience.
So I'm going to cover some of the benefits of registering your company on TradeMe-Links.com. Obviously, the first one, and which I think is the most important benefit, is you're taking your business online, digital presence, and exposure to new markets. Now, some companies already have their own website, which is great. A lot of companies, however, and we're talking more about the SMEs right now, don't have an online presence. They don't have a website, they don't have a portfolio online. And, you know, we were discussing COVID and we were discussing business in, you know, the coming days, and how business works and how important digitalization is today. And I think having an online presence is one of the most important things and the key to success for any business today. So as Ashraf mentioned previously, the parent company of TradeMe-Links.com is Capstone MENA. Capstone has an array of different business consultants that are part of the team. We specialize in all sorts of consultation services, from business development to HR development, as well as marketing, digital marketing services as well. Digital advertising opportunities, these we'll discuss later on during the presentation, and they are mostly featured banners. So we have allocated specific locations on the TradeMe-Links platform where companies are able to advertise. So if you're a supplier and you launched a new product, for example, and you'd like to showcase this product to anyone who visits our website, we have different locations ranging from the homepage to category pages, so you'll be able to do that. Design support and marketing consultation. Our design team, part of Capstone MENA, we assist our suppliers with design. We create content for them, whether it's for social media or for banners they'd like to feature on the platform. So we have a fully dedicated graphic design and digital marketing team, which is always available to help any supplier enhance their image, enhance their branding, and enhance their visual creativity for the online arena. And of course, business partnership leads. This is in the form of networking and, networking through the experience of our consultants and our partners. So we have an extensive database of buyers, both regionally and internationally. And we will always be on the lookout for where relationships would be suitable or would make sense. So if we see a certain potential to partner some of our suppliers with buyers looking for a specific product, we will definitely be assisting in that. I'm going to dive a little bit into marketing now. So you must be wondering how we can connect you to buyers. How can you reach these buyers if you have a company that's registered on TradeMe-Links.com? There are several ways and several efforts on how we do our best to try and get our suppliers to reach the right buyers. The first is our RFQ system. The RFQ system, which stands for Request for a Quotation, means that anyone visiting the website can simply fill out a form and let us know what it is that they're looking for. And we then receive this request, and we are able to connect them with several options from our suppliers that are listed on the platform, which is a new way to get you business. Second is SEO, which is search engine optimization. This is, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of SEO. What is it at the end of the day? It's how easily or how quickly it is for someone who's searching for your product on Google, for example, to find you. So our digital marketing executive is daily updating all of our SEO meta keywords, meta descriptions, search keywords. So we're always updating every single page. All your product pages are being worked on from the back end. An example to give you an idea of what this means. So in some regions, for example, they use the word carpet, whereas in others they use the word rug. So it's very important to understand these search behaviors in marketing. And so with the use of SEO, we're able to input these search keywords and these details so that we can try and get as many views or try to get your product to as many people who are searching for it as possible. Advertising, of course, as I mentioned, we've got banner locations that are dedicated as advertising space. Email marketing, we have a monthly newsletter. Every week we send out a newsletter which includes updates of the new suppliers that we have on board and news that's associated to both our buyers database as well as the supplier database. Obviously, conferences are a key part of our marketing practices. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic this year, we weren't able to participate in conferences as we would have wished. However, we have no doubt that in the future, once things open up, we will be part of many key conferences, especially in Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, as well as Egypt and Ethiopia, to name a few locations. Social media. So part of our services is that we offer our suppliers social media consultation and social media campaigns. So if you would like to highlight a specific product that you have on the platform, we're able to create a social media campaign for your business. We're able to select the demographics, the age group, the genders, even the job titles of who you'd like to target. And through our pages, we're able to boost your products through the use of social media. So now I'm going to run through the platform. I'd like to give everyone with us a preview and a look and feel of how it looks. We've come a long way from the start with the design and the function of the platform, and each month we're adding new features, we're improving the functionality of the platform, and we're always open to hearing more feedback from suppliers and visitors for the platform. I'd like to highlight that at the end of this session, we'll be having a Q&A segment, so please do feel free to send in your questions at any time. So here's a preview of how our homepage looks. As you can see on the left here are all the icons and categories that are available on the platform. At the bottom, we have 4 block designs. These are continuously changing every month, where we feature different categories depending on the new suppliers that come on board. This is our main homepage banner, which is a sliding banner and it moves. We also allow suppliers to rent out the space to showcase their products. On the top right over here is the RFQ button. Once this button is clicked, a contact form comes up where a buyer or a visitor on the website can notify us of what they're looking for. And on the top right, become a supplier. This is the button you would click to register as a supplier onto the platform. And of course, we have the login button right here. So this is how a category page would look like. As I previously mentioned, we have several categories. This is an example of the health and medicine category. If you are a supplier and your products include food supplements, for example, then this would be an ideal place for you to be able to feature some of your upcoming products. And finally, I'd like to discuss a little, which is, I think, the most important page, the supplier page. So once you register as a supplier on TradeMe-Links, this is how your page will look like. This is an example of one of our suppliers, which we're very proud of, Fresh. On the top left, you'll find your logo will be placed here, followed by a brief description. And I'm not sure if you can see this right here, but this is your location. So if you're located in, for example, Nigeria, or in Ethiopia, or in Saudi, this would be mentioned over here. Viewers can also filter what they're looking for by location or by price. So if someone is looking for a specifically lower range price point, they can filter this over here. And then you'll find the supplier products, which will include all the different products, and each product will have different price points depending on the quantity of items sold. So for example, if you are selling ovens, let's take this as an example, you could place a price for 5 units at a certain number, and the more units that are purchased, you can place discounted prices for higher quantities. Advertising opportunities. So these are some examples of the locations of spaces on the platform where we showcase supplier products. Now I'll move on to introduce one of our key speakers, Mr. Collins, who's the trade ambassador of ITFA, the International Trade Facilitation Association. He's joining us from Nigeria. Go ahead, Collins.
All right, thank you, Farida. Great job, Ashraf. So it's quite a privilege to share with you today, and I think they've done a great job of sharing what TradeMe-Links is about. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about and why we're involved with TradeMe-Links and why we think it's important at this time to have such a strategic alliance. I'm the trade ambassador to the International Trade Facilitation Association. I double as National Export Strategy Consultant to the Export Promotion Council. I've done the same for the International Trade Center, Geneva, also the Trade Facilitation Office of Canada, and have experience in finance, oil and gas, mining. But that's not all. What we found is with the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement recently signed, more than 50 countries, we have over 50 countries in Africa, with the GDP, depending on who's calculating, of more than $3 trillion US. There are gaps. So the person who's in Cairo is not able to trade with the person who's in South Africa or Nigeria or Ghana, simply because they do not know that you have what they need. And the suppliers across the world know that it's great. You can get things from Africa. You can get things from the Middle East. You can get quality items, quality inputs, quality services. Again, not sure how to get them or how to go about getting these items, not sure how to go about getting these services. So we thought to create this organization, and ITFA is focused on dealing with non-tariff barriers. Imagine that there are over 190 countries. Now you have 190 choices to make of where to do trade. And between the Middle East and Africa, we are controlling about 30% of that. So how about developing what you do, developing your services and products to be seen? So there are two things. One, the supplier angle, and one, the importer angle. So you're looking for where you can get good inputs, where you can get good raw materials, where you can get access to great services. And we're out to provide that. We're out to bridge that gap to provide you access to this. With the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement currently signed, Africa is open for business. Are you positioned to partake in this business? Are you positioned to be a contributor and to profit from it? Because at the end of the day, the reason you're in business is to make some profit, to make some earnings while adding value. So joining ITFA gives you the opportunity to network, have strategic networks. It also gives you the opportunity, just as we're working with TradeMe-Links, you get access to information on market access, market information, and what you require to move your business to the global stage. And I think that's very important for MSMEs to have access to such backing, and for the larger companies to have access to a place where they can be assured that their supply chains are covered. So I strongly encourage you to get in touch with us. I mean, even on the TradeMe-Links website, there's a banner there for ITFA. You can actually get in touch with us and we'll connect with you. And to support those who would join, who would register their products. If you just want to register your products on the TradeMe-Links platform, what we want to do is that from anyone who registers after this webinar, will be given free membership to ITFA for a year. So we encourage you to get onto our platform, register on TradeMe-Links, and automatically become a member of ITFA for 1 year. So I look forward to your questions, because we're here more to answer your questions, and subsequent webinars we get to talk more on other opportunities that are here. Thank you, Farida. Thank you, Ashraf. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Collins.
Thank you very much, Collins. So now we'll be moving on to hear from Mr. Hazem Hafiz, who is a capstone business consultant. He has extensive experience in the GCC and Europe. Go ahead, Hazem.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining our first TradeMe-Links webinar today. A brief about myself. I worked for over 30 years in FMCG, beverages, pharmaceutical companies like P&G, Coca-Cola, Red Bull, and GlaxoSmithKline. When I moved to business development consultant, I supported many European and Saudi companies to develop import and export business and open new markets for their products. I would like to share with you today some brief information about opportunity markets for Africa. As you are all aware, after the pandemic, changed the way consumer and business shop. With traveling constraints, many exhibitions used for export development were delayed or cancelled. Many consumers stayed at home and many retailers were affected. Yet those changes created an opportunity to boost e-commerce and B2B platforms. Many major players like Amazon and Alibaba are expanding right now internationally with focus on B2B businesses and opening new branches in the world to focus on how to boost the trade. and focusing online presence and social media marketing. Exporters shifted to virtual and hybrid exhibitions to reach potential buyers in other markets. For example, Canton Virtual Exhibition Fair, which happened early during this year, just to be able to continue with the experts of Asia. Many suppliers and buyers are starting to communicate today, as we are also using and conducting business via companies like Zoom meeting. And this will lead us to opportunities we have in the Middle East and Africa to connect buyers and suppliers via TradeMe-Links to potential markets like the GCC and Europe. The European market, with a population of 500 million and representing 28 countries, mainly focusing on manufacturing, exporting many end products, yet importing many raw material, intermediate products, fruits and vegetables, herbs, for example, coffee, tea, nuts, organic, fashion and fabrics, furniture, and they are importing it from many places in the world, and it's an opportunity for African products and African exporters to utilize the European Union and this market with potential buyers and a gross economy. With Germany as a recommended entry point, being the heart of the European economy and importing more than 1.1 trillion US dollars worth of goods. And it's supported by a strong logistic infrastructure and developed wholesale discounters and distributors network. Products can reach also the entire European Union. As an African exporter promoting your products, you need to be ready with the following points: European standards certificate and compliances for your product, packaging and labeling rules, you have to be aware about them. You have to be aware of customs and internal VAT taxations, and carefully plan your pricing strategy to be able to compete. One tip is to sell in bulk and in private label products, which will allow you to have an edge over many competitors. Some examples for products fitting the lifestyle of European consumers are healthy snacks, functional food, new flavors, organic food, nutritional supplements, and gourmet products. Those are just some few examples, but for Africa, I believe it's a point to start in the export business with this European countries. Moving on to the second opportunity market focus and on the GCC countries, with a population also of 54 million. The largest importer in the GCC countries is the United Arab Emirates, which imported in 2018 almost 232 billion US dollars, followed by Saudi Arabia with 134 billion US dollars. This makes them very attractive exporters. Why? Because Dubai, as being a commercial and logistic hub and an entry point for many products to other GCC countries, there is lots of intermediate and traffic happening between Dubai, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and many products which are entering Dubai by itself, they are accessing all those countries. And being in Saudi Arabia for many years, Saudi represents almost 52% of the commercial business of the Gulf. And it's a high consumption consumer market. Both countries have solid infrastructure and started shifting from importing ready-to-made products and just product to shelf toward local manufacturing. And many products, for example, starting from the petrochemical, automotive, FMCG products, dairy, pharmaceutical, many food and beverages, many local brands are developed by importing intermediate ingredients and packing in those countries in order to develop local brands, okay, and export later on to other Arab countries and the world. Exporters in Africa for ingredients and intermediate products and raw materials have a good chance to compete in this market. Usually, as an entry point, you need either an agent or a direct importer for your products to enter. After, of course, getting the right, let's say, Saudi FDA approval and SASO approvals, and the same for the Dubai municipality. Having said this, with TradeMe-Links, we can support you identify many opportunities, link you with the right partner, scan the markets for you for an opportunity which can fit your product. And looking forward to meet you and to get your questions to support. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hazem, for sharing all that valuable information with us. So as a promotion for this webinar, we've set up a promo code. The promo code is Let's Talk Digital. So if anyone who's with us today is interested or keen on participating on TradeMe-Links, we are offering a 50% discount for your annual subscription. So you will be able to plug in this code once you register and receive a 50% discount on all of our packages. Moving on, we've come to the Q&A session of the webinar. We invite everyone to please send in your questions. We will spend the next 15 to 20 minutes answering your questions, and after this webinar you will receive an email with an email address where you can send even more questions. So let's just have a look here. I have quite a few questions actually that came in. All right, so first question is for Mr. Collins. Can you share some of the products that are famous in Africa? And if a company in the Middle East wants to import from Africa, can you tell us more about the free trade rule you mentioned?
Okay, thank you. There are quite a number of products under different categories. So if you're going to talk of agri-produce, for instance, we were big on a lot of the superfoods. You know, right now, a lot of people are buying superfoods, so ginger, turmeric, you have a lot of that going out. You have a lot of cashew, sesame seeds going out of Nigeria. What may not also be known is that we also have a lot of consulting services going out of Nigeria. So if you're interested in any of those, I mean, basically you could send us an email. If you don't find it on the TradeMe-Links site, you could just send us an email, particularly what your requirements are, and would link you with the right trade partners. The other thing is, in terms of the Continental Free Trade Agreement, it's also being ratified. It should have kicked off. It should have kicked off last month. I mean, no, in June. In June, July, it should have kicked off. But it's now been moved to start in January of 2021. Nonetheless, you don't wait. My people will say that you don't prepare for a boxing match when you are in the ring. Yeah, so you need to prepare before time. So this is the time to start getting in touch with potential partners, looking out for what your requirements are, and see how you can take advantage of the free trade agreement when it commences. Okay, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Collins. Thank you. So we have another question from Bussen Solaren. And the question is, does the promo code apply to those that have been granted free subscription that Mr. Collins talked about? So I believe Mr. Collins was talking about a free subscription to ITFA, which is basically consultation for companies, for him to be able to assist them in their business development. So this promo code is a separate code. So this promo code is to give you a discount to be able to physically upload your products, upload the images of your product, upload the price, and have your products live and available on the TradeMe-Links platform. Does anyone want to add to this answer?
No, it's very clear.
Yeah. All right, we have another question. All right, here we have another question for Mr. Hazem. How can I figure out what are the changes I need to make to my product packaging and labeling in order to be suitable for the European market standards?
Basically, we have to be, how can I say, more specific, because different product types require different specifications. But as a basic labeling guideline, it has to be clear, identifying exactly what the product can do, what's the product content, what is the manufacturing, expiry dates, how the product can be used. And this is just a simple explanation why a clear labeling is required, but it is designed to make the European consumer have the proper knowledge to make a selective decision about the product he's using. But of course, it's wide. From baby food or child nutrition, they have certain specification and standard required. For medical products, of course, it's totally different, where you have sometimes to have certain restrictions and highlighting how the product can be used with a doctor advice or without. With food supplements, also on any other product, for example, you have to ensure that the claims you are placing are real and factual and not medical claims, unless it's approved by the right regulatory body. So if you have a specific product and you need our help into getting you the required specific requirement for this product to enter the European Union or the GCC, please just send us the information on TradeMe-Links, and we will happily get back to you with the proper direction.
Perfect. Thank you, Hazem. We have another question that just came in from Gamal Abdullah, who's asking, appreciate to define clearly what are the differences between you and other existing similar service providers. Well, I'll answer a certain part of this, and then obviously I think Mr. Ashraf can answer the rest. From my side, I believe the difference is that in terms of marketing, we offer full support. There's no other service provider that will offer you complimentary designs, complimentary banner designs, complimentary social media content. These are all services that we offer for free for our newcomers, obviously not on an ongoing basis. It's more of an entry welcome pack, and we do offer this on an ongoing basis at additional fees. However, it's something that we provide since we are also a consulting company in addition to an online digital platform. I think Ashraf can also touch base on the USPs in terms of the business consultation services that we offer through Capstone.
Okay, thank you, Farida. First of all, there are few similar platforms available in the market. Of course, we respect all of them. Each and every one has his own philosophy, has his own USP, the unique selling proposition. But adding on what Farida just said, that it is not only about the level of marketing support we can give you, but we can also, or you can also use us as a consultant. We have a combined 100 years of experience in the Middle East and Africa. And if we add Mr. Collins, that will be even more than 100 years. So this is where we see ourselves, and this is where we position ourselves, that it's not only a matter of selling more or exploring your business outside your region. It is all about the benefit that you can get when you subscribe with us, when you share with us your strategy and where do you want to be. And this is the kind of added value that we can contribute to any suppliers, whether they are regionally or internationally.
Thank you, Ashraf. We have another question from Angela, who's asking, are you only focusing on the Middle East and Egypt and Ethiopia? What are the other countries you are looking at? So we're not restricting any countries. Actually, our primary focus is to assist and promote companies based in Africa and the Middle East. This is including all countries in Africa, all countries in the Middle East and GCC. That does not mean that we do not accept companies from an international or global base. So even companies based in Europe or companies based in the US, we still do accept these companies to come and showcase their products on the platform. However, our main focus, and you will find that 90% of our suppliers, if not more, are based in either the Middle East or Africa, as this is the region we want to highlight. This is the region we want to showcase. And this is also our USP. If we're talking about, for example, Alibaba, if we look at Alibaba as a reference, Alibaba has majority of their suppliers based in China. And that's a well-known kind of thing about the platform. So I think this is where we want to promote export from this region. We believe we have a lot of resources and untapped potential in this region. So to answer your question, any company in Africa and the Middle East and globally are welcome to register. However, we are pushing for more Middle Eastern and more African companies to be on the platform. Next question. So another question from an anonymous participant. I wanted to know if TradeMe-Links takes a percentage of my sales if I start making wholesale orders through the platform. Ashraf, would you like to answer this question?
Okay, we don't take any percentage of whatever size of transactions you manage to get through our platform. All what we get from you is your subscription. And considering or based on the size of the subscription or the plan that you were planning to use, you can see the benefit or the added value of your subscription. But in a very quick answer, we do not interfere in your transactions. We don't even want to know how big they are. We can see you when you start communicating with our suppliers that we have subscribed or that we have on our website, but we don't see the exact transaction level that you get when you do business directly with them.
Thank you.
I mean, again, back to what Farida was saying, many other platforms do take shares of all the transactions. We don't do that. All what we get from our suppliers is the subscription fees.
Thank you, Ashraf. We have another question from Osman. Do we get a download link for this webinar video? So this webinar video will later on be posted on our YouTube page. If you just type TradeMe-Links on YouTube, you should be able to quickly find our page. We will be sharing the webinar video on there and also on our Facebook.
Or Farida, they can just visit our website and go down to see all the icons for the social media.
Exactly. The website, you will
link,
find our
and they will see YouTube. Click on YouTube, you will see the video.
Thank you, Ashraf. Thank you for clarifying that. I should know that. You know more now. Okay. We have another question from Abdullah Sirafi, who's asking, how authentic are the buyers and sellers listed? Ashraf, would you like to answer this question?
Sorry, say that again.
So Abdullah Sirafi is asking, how authentic are the buyers and sellers listed. So basically he's asking about our due diligence, you know, how do we make sure that these suppliers are authentic suppliers?
As explained at the beginning by Farida, once you you log in and click on become a supplier, you will have to fill in the form where we will see all your details, including your business website, your email address, your phone number, and of course, our technical team will verify your company profile before approving your account. And then once your account has been approved, you will receive a notification from our technical team that your account has been approved and this is your password and username, and then they will give you a direction how to complete your subscription.
In addition to Ashraf's answer, I'd also like to mention that if we feel that we are not confident with a specific supplier and we'd like to get more details, we will request for trade licenses to be shared with us before approving any supplier. So we do definitely make sure that every supplier is legitimate and has a trade license and is an authentic seller.
Sorry, just to share on that as well. On this side of the pond, one of the things we're doing is also working through existing associations, government agencies. So they are providing us with those that they have verified. So that's an additional level of verification that we go through. For instance, the Africa Women Entrepreneurship Program is vetting their members. So it's through their member, they are part of us, and their members who are verified are the ones whose data we're getting approved into the database. So there's a lot of due diligence done at the onboarding side of things. So please, you need to be comfortable with doing business with us. Yeah?
Thank you, Colin. We have another question from Chimeri, who's asking, is the yearly fee all the charges, or are there other payments after one has subscribed? That is the only payment. So it is just the annual fee. And through your account, you're able to determine whether you want to renew this annual fee or not. As mentioned, we have a 50% discount for this annual fee. So the discount will be applicable for the whole year. The total amount is for the whole year. Let's see if we have more. Okay, we have another question talking about exportation. Do you have experts in regulations for different businesses, including pharma and consumer?
Of course, we have partners where they can facilitate a specific requirement of every exporter. So let's say if a medical company would like to study how to enter into other markets and they need regulatory advice, or if a company is requiring a consultant to prepare all the necessary paperwork to prepare a file to be able to enter and export the European Union, for example, or the GCC, yes, we have in our team a group of consultants just specialized in regulatory and into preparation of the proper filing and getting the approved required certification for the clients.
Thank you, Hazem. We have another question. It will be good to know certifications needed that will allow us to trade in various countries, so we can also be building our business in that direction. For now, NAFDAC in Nigeria covers many processed foods. Is that acceptable in some countries? I think maybe Collins, you could touch, or Hazem could touch base.
Hazem, let me have a go at this, and then you can round up.
Okay.
For most countries have country requirements. So you may find that based on NAFDAC standards, you have started meeting some of those requirements. And if you make certain claims, then you have to have certification to back those claims. For instance, if you're making a claim of being organic, then you must have an organic certification to back that claim. for the country that you want to enter. So for the specific country you are interested in, Hazim has just mentioned GCC, for instance. We have a group of consultants we work with, so to give you specifics for entering the Gulf area. If you're interested in getting into Europe, and maybe your entry point is Germany or Holland, we'll also give you specifics for that product. So yes, we can do that. And I believe Farida is one of the things that we're probably going to be covering in future webinars, standards per country. So you have an idea of what to expect. But if you need deeper support in that area, you reach out again. What we can do, we'll do for you and point you in the right direction. Hazim?
Thank you. Hazim, would you like to add anything to that?
Yes, as Collins mentioned, if we have a specific requirement, we can get the specific standard and requirement and certificate required for this category or this group of products. Because, registrations, they have many standards requirements. So just as the interested parties, they can just share with us the category of the product, and we can look for it to specifically to which market or which, let's say, GCC or European Union, what is the easiest and the correct way to ensure the product is registered, entered, and being in the market.
Thank you, Hazim. What do you guys think? We have some more questions coming in. Should we continue with a few more? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe another one.
We'll do 2 more questions, and we will get back to you with all. We have another 12 questions that just came in. So we'll do 2 more questions, and we will reply to your questions individually via email. So quick ones. One is a comment. Mr. Gamal would like to thank Hazim for the information he shared. You're welcome, Gamal. We have another question. How much is the yearly subscription? So the yearly subscriptions, we have 4 different packages. Each package is different. I'll go back to the slide so you have an idea. So these are our 4 packages. We start off with $200 a year. And then it goes up depending on the number of products you'd like to upload on the platform and the additional services that you'd like to receive from the team. All right, another question. Do you help suppliers in uploading their products, and is it included in the subscription? Ashraf, would you like to answer this question?
Sure, we do it for free, just to make it short. We do it for free, no matter how many products you have. We do it with pleasure for free of charge.
Thank you. All right, I think we can conclude the webinar at that. Thank you everyone for sending in your questions. I can see more questions coming in as we speak. We really appreciate your engagement, and we will be sure to reply to all of your questions directly via email after the webinar. Ashraf, would you like to?
I would like to thank everyone, and I would like to thank our speakers. I would like to thank you, Farida. It is very obvious that business is moving from the west to the east. And here in the Middle East and Africa, we have all the ingredients and resources to increase our export level and benefit from the global direction in digital trading. Please join us today, subscribe to TradeMe-Links, and increase your export business. And call us if you need any support. We will be always available for you. Thank you so much, and look forward to meeting you again soon. Hopefully next month.
Thank you very much everyone for joining us, and we are looking forward to support you in your expert development.
Thank you. Here's our contact page with all our details, and we will be posting this webinar, as I mentioned, on our social media pages, so stay tuned. And we will also be sharing details on our next webinar in the coming weeks. Until then, stay safe, everyone, and thank you for joining.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.